Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom. Oh, make them do it again. That wasn't good.
Well, they're getting settled. Now we're going to say it like we mean it. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I'm thrilled that we're here to celebrate Shabbat together and to celebrate this wonderful community and to celebrate also the recipient of our Open Doors Award, Eva Blum. It's still your name, right? And there, if you're sitting on this side of the congregation, you see this little picture going around that sits in my office. And not many of us may keep our third grade pictures in our office, but this picture has Miss Tansky, my very first Hebrew teacher, in the back row, and I'm so proud to be able to be here to really celebrate this occasion, and I'll be happy to show you. She certainly opened doors for me and for all the rest of us. So there's some other people who are members of this congregation in this picture. So she's opened doors for all of us, and we're thrilled to be celebrating what she brought to our education, what she brings with her kindness, and what she has brought with her expertise over these years. We wanted to start off with something that really pulls us together. Right? This is a congregation, as Rabbi Gibson would say, that has never been before and may never be again exactly this way. So we're going to start with a nigun. And a nigun, if you know, is a wordless melody. So that means we don't have to know Hebrew. We don't even have to know English. We just need to sing. I don't care how well you sing. We just need to sing individually and collectively, and thereby we should start to experience something that is really beautiful together. There's a man named Joey Weisenberg who I believe wrote this particular nigun, and he would tell you that singing a nigun helps to open up our hearts, to soften our hearts, and to open us up to the majesty that is in the world, and ultimately to take that majesty and that feeling and that wisdom and to take it through Shabbat and into our week afterwards. So let's begin by opening our hearts together as we celebrate the Shabbat of open doors, and we will begin with this nigun. Let's start with it purely a cappella, no instruments even. So first I want you to just feel the 1, 2, 3, 4, right, the beat of it. So you might want to stomp your foot a little bit or move a little bit in your seat. We're going to sort of do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Don't be afraid. Come on. 1, 2. Start softening up. 1, just the 1. 1. Now, not out the other numbers. 1. Now join in. Same thing again till we get it. If you feel that you want to put your arms around whoever is next to you as we go, this is where we're heading. Ready? Hopefully you start to feel the warmth of us all singing together. You
Wait,
can sit down.
Please,
Don't
no,
sit
no,
down.
please, no, please
Oh, well,
remain
that's true,
standing
that's
because
true.
candles and kiddush are on the way. Eva, come on up. Come on, follow Rabbi Gorban. Bert, come on up too. Norman, come on up. Come on up. Candles and kiddush. There we go.
As these candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu, lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
We're going to sing all of us together. Just pick a key, Hannah Berman.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho v'ahava u'ratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit, ki hu yom techila lemikra'e kodesh, zecher l'tziat mitzrayim, ki vanu v'acharta, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha, ve'ahava u'ratzon, inchaltanu, baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh hashav. And we always say, it's just juice. It's Vintage Tuesday, Norman. I just drink. Very good. Have a seat, everyone. Read the reading that is above us, and we're going to take turns. So I'm going to read the top, and then you're going to read the indents. May the door to the synagogue be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for friendship. Together? May it welcome all who have cares to unburden, thanks to express, hopes to nurture.
May the door of the synagogue be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride, envy and enmity.
May its threshold be no stumbling block to young or straying feet.
May the door be too high to admit complacency, selfishness, and harshness.
May the synagogue be for all who enter the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life.
So the psalms that we do before the Baruch on the call to worship on Shabbat are called Kabbalat Shabbat. And this is a beautiful rendering of Shir Ladonai Shir Chadash, sing unto God a new song. It's got a nice English part in the middle too, but even the Hebrew is pretty simple, and the melody is pretty easy to follow. So it goes like this. Shiru Ladonai kol haaretz. Shiru Ladonai shir chadash. Again. Shiru Ladonai kol haaretz. Shiru Ladonai shir chadash. Sing unto God all the earth a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God and we'll all sing along. All the earth a new song unto God. Shiru Ladonai kol haaretz. Shiru Ladonai shir chadash. Sing unto God all the earth a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God and we'll all sing along. All the earth a new song unto God. Shiru Ladonai kol haaretz. Shiru Ladonai shir chadash. Last time. Shiru Ladonai kol haaretz. Shiru Ladonai shir chadash. So one of the most popular songs for Shabbat is called Lecha Dodi, Let the Bride Come In. And we sing 4 of the 9 verses of this. It's a very recent song. It was written only 500 years ago, as opposed to the Psalms that was written 3,000 years ago. And it really does envision the Shabbat to be a bride, that the bride accompanies us into creating time out of time, a sacred space that you literally need to put down everything that was worrying you when you walked in the door. That's what makes Shabbat is not just the time itself, but your capacity to let go and to be open to something new, like a bride. In the very last verse, it's our tradition to rise and face the rear. In the last line of the last verse, Bo ikala, may the bride come in. We kind of bow to the left. Maybe the bride's going to come in from the Artside plaques. I don't know, but maybe from the parking lot. We do not know. So if you don't know the melody, you'll know it by the end. It's pretty repetitive. It goes like this. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, b'nei Shabbat. Try that again. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor b'zachor b'dibur echad yishmi'anu el hamiuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad l'shemo tiferet lecha dodi lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki mekor haberacha Berosh mikedem nesucha sof ma'aseh b'machshava tchila lecha dodi lecha dodi likrat kala Shabbat nekabela. Hidorari, ki ba'orek kumiori. Uri, shir daberi kavod Adonai alayich nigla. Please, as you are able to rise and face the rear. The words are up to the right. Penei Shabbat nekavela. Bo'oi v'shalom ateret balagan. B'simcha u'b'tzola. We bow to the left. To the right. Find your seats. Laila lecha dodi. Laila likrat kala. Laila penei Shabbat. Penei Shabbat nekal. Last time. Laila lecha dodi. Laila likrat kala. Penei Shabbat. Penei Shabbat nekavela. Psalm 92 is the psalm for the Sabbath day. And the psalm for the Sabbath day tells us that this is extraordinary, that it's good to praise God and sing hymns to God's name. And this melody that I'm going to start was actually just written a few years ago in Jerusalem. And we're going to link it to a melody that's been sung in Reformed congregations for 140 years by a guy named Louis Lewandowski. Somebody said he didn't like to be called Lou, but hopefully some of you will remember that. The melody to start goes like this. Mizmor shir leyom ha-Shabbat. Mizmor shir leyom ha-Shabbat. Tov lehodod l'Adonai. Uzamer l'shimcha hayom. Lehagid baboker chasecha. Ve'emunatcha balelut. Alei asur v'alei navel. Alei higayon bechinor. Lehagid baboker chasecha. Ve'emunatcha balelut. Alei asur v'alei navel. Alei higayon bechinor. Tzadik ata amar Yifra. Kerem balvanon yizeh. Shetulim bebeit Adonai. Bechatzrot Eloheinu yafrihu odinun b'seva. Deshenim v'rananim yehu lehagid yashar Adonai tzuri velo avlatabu. We continue with Shalom Aleichem, the story of the angels that accompany us into sacred time and guide us through the 25 hours of Shabbat and leave us only to come again the following week.
If Rachel would like to help, she is most welcome.
Rachel is a big helper around here.
Maybe it's because I was thinking about being back in first grade or third grade, but
Go stand up by her.
and if we could take ourselves all back there and welcome in that vision of the Shabbat angels that will come and spend Shabbat with us, we could use your help, and we'll need our fingers. Right? This is one from a big summer camp favorite.
This is an EKC favorite, just so you know.
And we're going to start with one finger. We'll work our way up to 4. You know how to figure that out. And we're going to start quietly because we're trying to entice those angels to come in. And by the end, we're going to be celebrating with them this feeling of Shabbat in the room. So we're going to begin with Shalom Aleichem.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Malachei Hasharet.
1, 2, 3.
Malachei
na 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 mi melech. 1, 2, 3. Malachei hamlachim. 1, 2, 3.
Kita Aleph.
Hakadosh
Baruch
Two.
Moachem l'shalom. A little louder. Malachei Hashalom. Malachei na 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 mi melech. Malachei hamlachim. Hakadosh Baruch
3. Na 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 na.
Baruch Hu
l'shalom.
Pick the volume up a little. Malachei Hashalom. Malachei na 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 mi melech. Malachei hamlachim. Hakadosh Baruch Hu na 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 Chetchem l'shalom. Malachei Hashalom. Malachei Elyon na 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 mi melech. Malachei hamlachim. Hakadosh Baruch Hu na 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 Shalom Aleichem. With all you got. Malachei Hasharet. Malachei Elyon na 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 mi melech. Malachei hamlachim. Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Thank you.
As you are able, please rise for the Chatzi Kaddish before the Baruch Hu, the call to worship.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה.
אמן.
ילמד יברח ירטה וימליך מלכותי. בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי לכל בית ישראל. בעגלה בעגלה ובזמן קריב אמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם לעלמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי לקודשה.
בריחו.
בריחו לאלה מכל ברכתה ושירתה.
תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירה בעולמה.
ויאמרו אמן.
Baruch Adonai המבורך לעולם ועד. Baruch Adonai המבורך לעולם ועד.
We join together in a prayer for the wonders and beauty of creation. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and seasons glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Amcha ahavta. Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta, otanu limadeta. Al ken Adonai Eloheinu b'shochenu, u'kumenu nasiach b'chukecha, v'nismach medivrei Toratecha, u'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed, ki hem chayenu, v'yorech yameinu, uvahem nege yomam v'layla, nege yomam v'layla. Ve'avatcha al tasir, mimenu le'olamim, Baruch ata Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael, ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai echad. Baruch Shem kivod malchuto le'olam va'ed. Please be seated. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם. We offer an interpretation of this by my teacher, Rabbi Richard Levy, responsively. So I'll read one paragraph and you'll read the next one. If we can hear the words from Sinai, then love will flow from us, and we shall serve all that is holy with all our intellect and all our passion and all our life. Sorry, I don't know why the computer is...
If we can serve all that is holy, we shall be doing all that humans can to help the rains flow, the grasses to be green, the grains to be golden like the sun, and the rivers to be filled with life once more. All the children of God shall eat, and there will be enough.
But if we turn from Sinai's words and serve only what is common and profane, making gods of our own comfort or power, then the holiness of life will contract for us.
Please go back. There we go.
And our world will grow inhospitable.
Let us therefore lace these words
into our passion and our intellect, and bind them as a sign upon our hands and eyes. Let us write them in mezuzot upon our doors and teach them to our children.
Let us honor the generations that came before us, keeping the promise for those yet to be.
Adonai Oechem Emet.
A prayer for redemption. Balance us, God, like angels dancing on the head of a pin. Sing with us in harmony and let our voices become more than the sum of their parts. When we match kindness with justice, the beauty takes my breath away.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nehedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef eleh, nora tehilot osef eleh. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nehedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef eleh, nora tehilot osef eleh. Malachotecha ra'u banecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, ze'eli anu ve'amru Adonai. Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one who we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced and danced all night long.
V'nemar kifad Adonai et Yaakov, ugalo miyad chazak mimenu, baruch atah Adonai gal Yisrael.
We pray for peace, for protection, love, and understanding during times when it doesn't always seem like that exists, but we hope for that time when we will be able to work together in order to make that happen.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu, Lesham. Let there be love. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Last time. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms.
Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam v'ridolam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam v'ridolam. Israel, Oti leolam, Oti leolam, V'shamru tamberit olam. Sheshet yamim asa Adonai, asa Adonai, et hashamayim ve'et haaretz, v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et haShabbat, la'asot et haShabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ubayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et haShabbat, la'asot et haShabbat ledorotam berit olam.
Eva, we'd now like to call you up to give you a party. Please rise as you're able as we turn to the Amidah. Adonai Sefatai Tiftach Ufi Agi Tehilatecha Adonai Sefatai Tiftach Ufi Agi Tehilatecha Adonai Sefatai Tiftach Ufi Agi Tehilatecha Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu v'imotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor Ha'anora El Elyon Komel Chasadim Tovim Rekonei Hakol V'zocher Chasdei Avot Imahot Umevi Geula Livnei Bneihem Leman Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer Moshiach U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham le'ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai Mechayeh kol atarav le'hoshia Morid hatal Mechalkel chayim bechesed Mechayeh hakol berachamim rabim Somech noflim v'rofeh holim Umatir asurim Umekayem emunato Lishenei afar Michamocha bal gevurot Umidam melach Melech lemit umechayeh Umatzmiach Yeshua Leman atah lachayot hakol Baruch atah Adonai mechayeh hakol Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh U'kedoshim b'chol yom yahalu chasela Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. Please be seated. We offer a blessing to sanctify Shabbat. We join together. God of old, thank you for the week that has passed. Thank you for the Shabbat. Bless those around me with your love and your light. Let your light shine on me as well. Help me to live a life of kindness and service, guided by Torah and mitzvot. Let me see others through your eyes, with compassion and understanding. Let me see myself through your eyes, with forgiveness and grace. May your goodness rain down upon us from this Shabbat until the next, and all the days of our lives. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. O compassionate one, accept the sincerity with which we pray for ourselves, for our people, and for our world. May our consciousness of you embrace each action that we take and allow us to recall the nearness of your presence created in this quiet time of worship.
Baruch atah Adonai, she'otcha levadcha b'yirah na'avod.
A prayer of gratitude and thankfulness for the many gifts we have and the gifts that we have to share with others. We join together. You have blessed me with many gifts, God, but I know it is my task to realize them. May I never underestimate my potential. May I never lose hope. May I find the strength to strive for better, the courage to be different, the energy to give all that I have to offer. Help me, God, to live up to all the goodness that resides within me. Fill me with the humility to learn from others and with the confidence to trust my own instincts. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha u'lechana el hodot. We offer a prayer for peace.
Excuse me. 1, 2.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov beinecha levarei et amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Baruch atah Adonai, hamarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. Prayers of peace on our hearts. We turn to the prayers of our hearts, the prayers that we may not share even with the people sitting right next to us. And so I invite you at this time to take a moment for silent prayer. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, ve'akol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu
יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. We always, every time we gather, we don't let the opportunity go by to pray for those who are not well enough to be with us, those we worry about in our lives. There are so many of us in our lives that right now are broken or hurting or something in pain. Many of us know people in hospitals right now who are terrified of what will happen in just the next day or two. And some of us know people who are older, who are in nursing homes and face a long weekend without even one visitor. Or so many of us know people who walk the earth with a stone on the heart or face the daily battles of sobriety. We wish healing for them all, and it's our custom here that should you choose to, you might say the name of somebody for whom you wish healing, of body, mind, or spirit. You might add it into the collective heart of this room tonight. You might choose to say it aloud or whisper it under your breath or just hold it in your heart. But I'm going to look at your part of the congregation. If there's the name of somebody for whom you wish healing on this Shabbat, this day of rest, this time of wholeness, please say that name, and we'll include that person in our prayers as we prepare to sing the Mishaberach. David May Stein. To make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach imotenu mikor habracha le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. Well, it is our custom, the third Friday night of the month, in our family service, to offer birthday blessings. Has anyone here had the wonderful fortune of being born in the very merry month of May? If you are, please come on up. We're going to do a blessing for you right now and give you Israeli candy. It's very, very important that we mark with blessings and sweetness. Ronnie didn't know this was going to happen. Come on up. Come on up, form a line. There you go. We'll move this out of the way. Now, here's the deal. You're going to say your name so everybody can, be happy for you. You're going to say what your birthday, the actual day is, and if you're brave, you're going to say you're this many years old. Only if you want to, because we're Reform, just so you know that. Okay? Oh, you got that. It's not working.
I'm Rana Harris Askin. My birthday is May 21st, and I am the same age as Israel.
Okay, we'll let you do the math.
Frank Schwartz, 74, May 10th.
Bob Gluckman, May 6th, 1953.
Mike Calora, the 14th, and I'm 38.
We give candy because we really want to keep all of our dentists in business. It's a very important thing.
Tom McIntyre, May 25th, 55.
Gail Wedner, May 14th, 75.
Rebecca Jacobson, May 5th, 55.
Everybody say Mazel Tov. And we're going to sing to you right now. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lahazman hazeh. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, ruler of all, who has caused us to live, sustaining us, and allowed us to reach this very happy time. One more Mazel Tov. There we go. You can go down to your seats. And please, if you eat the candy, put the wrapper in your pocket. That's a big thing for us. Well, we've reached the feature part of our service. And I'm going to invite up Philip Lehman, Dr. Philip Lehman, our president. I'm going to invite Eva. I'm going to invite Bert as well. And I'm going to invite up Deborah and David. And we're going to share our joy. I'm going to put this right here. But Philip goes first. The psalmist said, Pitchu li sharet tzedek, va'ovam odeya. Open the gates of righteousness. Open the doors of righteousness that I may enter. Our Open Doors Award is a wonderful thing we do to honor somebody who's extraordinary in our congregation. And this year we're so delighted. Dr. Philip Lehman.
Thank you. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
So thank you all for gathering here to this very special Shabbat Open Door service to honor Eva Blum. Those of you who've been around for a while know that open doors we also use to refer to the phrase opening doors to Judaism, as the rabbi just said. And so, and also those of you who've been around for a while know that other open doors recipients are actually in this room. So if you know who they are, you know this is a pretty big deal. So with that in mind, I want to welcome these folks up here. First of all, Eva, our wonderful co-chairs, Debbie and David, and Bert is going to say a few words to explain more about Eva, who has been opening doors not only to Judaism, but to many other things, as we heard from Cantor Berman, actually, but as we know also from the community.
Thank you. I'm going to say more than a few words. Well, I'm delighted and honored to be here this evening to praise my sister Eva for this much-deserved recognition. I also want to share some thoughts and some facts, known and not so well known, about her. It all started when I was 11 years old. Our sister Shirley was 7. Sadly, she is no longer with us. When my mother and father told us they had a surprise, I was sure that it was a new car. We needed one badly. A vacation trip, perhaps, which would have been a rare occasion, but that we would be moving. None of the above was a surprise. My mother was going to have a baby. Some surprise. Even at 11, I thought she was a little old for that kind of an event. She had a girl who became our little sister, and what a little sister she has been. An outstanding student in grade school and high school, a scholarship student in college, the University of Pittsburgh, of course, an excellent, hardworking student in law school, also a scholarship student, and of course, also at Pitt. She entered the workforce with Allegheny Airlines in Washington, D.C., then moved back to Pittsburgh and began an outstanding career, 37 years with PNC. During her final 10 years, she was president of the PNC Foundation, from which she built many programs benefiting children, especially preschoolers. Eva knew and had become widely recognized nationally for her advocating that the earlier you can begin educating children, the better they will develop. PNC became a strong supporter of Sesame Street, Mr. Rogers, and many programs throughout the cities where the banks had branches. She left behind a legacy which I know will last for a very long time. Additionally, her love of Pitt continued to grow and materialize, with her participating and contributing to many events and projects. She became a member of the Board of Trustees, and 3 years ago, she became the first woman chairperson of the Board of Directors in Pitt's long and glorious history. As chairperson, she has done much to guide the present and to reinforce the future. But her love for Temple Sinai is what brought us here tonight. She has done much to help the temple to prosper and move forward. Her admiration for Rabbi Gibson has allowed her to work with him on a number of initiatives. She has supported financially the music program for the high holidays. She has worked with the development staff to identify new sources of support for the temple. Now, if this was not enough, she recently married the love of her life, Norman Walmark, after a 9-year romance. No rush there. And Rabbi Gibson came to Florida to marry them. Eva would not have had it any other way. The other love of her life are her daughter, Hannah, and her son-in-law, Will, who have a very close bond with Mom. I'm sure our parents are looking down and saying to each other, "We did well," and they sure did. I, on the other hand, am wondering how such a short person in height could pack in so much good work, energy, caring, determination, and love without tiring or stumbling. Eva, I am so proud of you and extend my love and admiration. You are without a doubt the tallest person I know.
We'd like you to read.
Oh, yes. I have.
So we've signed this, but this is the certificate. This is the plaque, and you can just read it out loud to everyone here and hand it to your sister.
All right, let's see. I hope I can read all these words here.
I have my glasses.
Okay, no, I have glasses, thank you. I have these little lenses. Presented to Eva Tansky Blum for her outstanding commitment and service to Temple Sinai and the Jewish community. We are proud to honor Eva Tansky Blum as the 2019 recipient of the Open Doors Award, which recognizes exceptional individuals who have dedicated themselves to advancing Temple Sinai's mission and values of inspiration, innovation, and inclusion. She has generously given her time, energy, and care to help support a congregation where all who choose can gather and connect in fellowship. She has had a lasting impact in her sincere efforts to nurture this diverse, engaged, and dynamic community, and for this, we honor her. Congratulations.
So generally, we don't clap during service. We do ASL, and American Sign, we do this, right? So let's all do that. And I don't usually do pictures but John's waiting there. So as you hand this to Eva to hold, why don't we all bunch in here, and then Eva's going to go offer some words. Come on, David. Philip, you're in here too. You're the president for 2 more weeks. Okay, there we go.
Let's get this out of the way.
Oh, can you get that out of the way? Very good. Thank you, John. Okay. Now we do need this for Eva, right?
Okay.
Eva, the floor
You taught me something.
is yours. Now, I know you're not that short.
That's right.
Here, let me have my break.
Thank you. Thank you so much. This is obviously a very special evening for me. I could say that having my brother publicly say such nice things about me is a real treat. But he always says nice things about me. Bert is the best big brother. He's been my support, my mentor, my sounding board. He practically forced me to go to law school right after graduating as an undergraduate, and he was there for me at every crisis. And he married Rita, my wonderful, supportive sister-in-law, really more a sister. I'm so proud of Bert's accomplishments, and even with all of his achievements, I'm proud that he is still the same wonderful, loving brother. And thank you to Rabbi Jamie and to our congregation for this award. To be recognized by my Jewish community is such an honor. And I was touched when I saw tonight's theme, philanthropy and tzedakah, which means so much to me. Growing up, being Jewish was just who we were. Our parents escaped persecution in Europe, so we were an immigrant family. It was just understood that we were Jewish. And the concept of tzedakah was always part of our family. Even though we didn't have much, my mother always put money in that blue pushki box for tzedakah, and my father was an active member in the Hebrew Free Loan Association. My grandfather, my Zeta, dedicated a memorial plaque at B'nai Israel, our synagogue. As I became more educated about Judaism, including graduating from what was then called the College of Jewish Studies, I realized that my parents lived the ethical precepts of the Torah, and they taught us by example. Our mother insisted that we were to treat the janitor who cleans the CEO's office the same way we treated the CEO, with dignity and respect. And I know that helped us as we navigated through our careers and met so many people. They were so nice to leave me water. I'll never step away again. I've had many wonderful opportunities, but when Pitt awarded me a full scholarship to the law school, my life changed. Opportunities opened up that I never dreamed were possible. I knew then that I had a responsibility to help other students have those same advantages. As chair of the Board of Trustees, when I attend our freshman convocation and I look at those 4,000 fresh, young, excited, and anxious faces, I know that their parents entrusted their education, safety, and their future to us. And we work very hard to give them the best college education and experience possible. When we launch them into the world at graduation 4 years later, I am sure that they are well prepared to face this very complicated world. I'm grateful for the opportunity I had at PNC to develop and shepherd PNC Grow Up Great, now a $500 million multi-year program to help underserved preschoolers be ready to learn when they enter kindergarten. As Bert said, it is well known that if a child is stimulated, nurtured, and loved from the beginning of life, as I was, they have a much better chance at reaching their full potential. Grow Up Great has now reached 5 million underserved children with great programs. We are helping to give these children a better chance to reach their full potential in life. Being a member of Temple Sinai is a joy. I am proud that our rabbis, Rabbi Jamie and Rabbi Gorban, and the entire congregation and leadership are leaders in connecting the Jewish community with Muslims, African Americans, the LGBT community. We welcome children to our service where they sing and they dance in the aisles. When I was growing up, you weren't allowed to make a sound in the synagogue. And there is such spirituality and caring. When I attend services here at Sinai, my mind often goes back to my childhood. sitting in shul next to my Zeta, playing with the fringes on his tallis, singing my favorite melodies, and listening to the beautiful voice of our cantor Berman, remembering with a smile that I taught her how to read Hebrew in first grade, Kita Aleph, at B'nai Israel. We named my daughter Hannah on this very bima after my father, Harry. She had her bat mitzvah here, and Rabbi Jamie married her to her wonderful husband, Will. And speaking of Rabbi Jamie, how fortunate we have been at Sinai to have him as our spiritual leader for such a long time. Rabbi Jamie has helped me through some very difficult moments. He has been a wise and sensitive counselor and an inspiration. And most recently, as Bert also mentioned, Rabbi Jamie married me to my brand new, fabulous husband, Norman. I feel like I couldn't have had a better spiritual leader, and even more importantly, a very dear friend. Thank you, Jamie, for all that you have done. And thank you to Debbie and David Levinson for chairing this evening. Okay. David, we grew up together, and you are the co-chair, but I know that Debbie did all the work. Thank you, Debbie, for working so hard to make this a great evening for me and to support Temple Sinai. I'm so happy that my family is here tonight, including my newest children, Stephen and Deborah, and many of my dearest friends. Thank you for this recognition. I will cherish the memories of this evening for a very long time.
So, before you go, you don't just get the plaque. This is a tzedakah box that was created for you. It says Eva Blum, Temple Sinai Open Doors Award, May 17, 2019, and you can place that, on your desk to remind you of what you do in this world, opening doors for people by giving them opportunities through philanthropy. And more important, or just as important as this beautiful object, I'd like you to stand by your brother, and I'm going to offer a blessing as you see me bless so many people, including your own children. So face me. There you go. You have to listen to me as opposed to the other way around. Eloheinu v'Elo Avotenu v'Imotenu, our God and God of our mothers and God of our fathers. We stand here today in awe of this beautiful neshama, this beautiful soul whose eyes sparkle whenever she engages the people that she cares about, whenever she is on fire for the ideas for which she works and labors in this world. Her eyes are on fire because she knows how much work there is to do, and she is capable of doing it. She may, as her brother said, be short, but mighty. She is mighty in deeds and heart and spirit. And she stands at this moment with the Torah, our tradition, on her right, and our community, our sacred community, on her left. All of it coming together at this moment, in this space, at this time in your life. It is at this moment that you understand that you are not just about to be blessed, but you are a bracha. You are a blessing to so many of us who love you, who look to you for guidance, who look to you for leadership, and also for partnership, friendship, and love. May these blessings follow you all the rest of your life. May you feel every moment, tomorrow and the next day, the love that has filled this room for you right now. And may be blessed throughout your entire life, even as you're blessed at this moment. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, may God bless you and keep you. Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka, may God cause God's light to shine on you and be gracious to you. Yisar Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom, may God lift up God's presence to you, and may God's Spirit shine in your eyes so that you may live a life of wholeness and goodness, of love and friendship, and most of all of peace, as together we all say, Amen. Amen. And once again we sing, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lahazman hazeh. Mazel tov. Kiss your brother. Kiss your brother. He said nice things about today. Bert, thank you so much. And I'll tell you what, we'll put this on the end here. Will you do us a favor and hold this for a while so she doesn't have to hold that? And you can look at it, turn around. There you go. See how beautiful it is. Okay, a few announcements before we complete our service and before we have a chance for a fabulous Oneg Shabbat to be with each other. I know that our young adults have their after-hours session tonight as well. And I think that's upstairs or down in the Rogaliner. It's upstairs in the Lockhart Lounge, and that's when they get together and talk about the things that are important to them, and we are so happy for them. This is a very, very busy month. Next week is not only Memorial Day weekend, it's the Bat Mitzvah of Jenna Robeck, and the week after that is our Pride Shabbat on Friday night, with instead of moth storytelling, they're going to do butterfly storytelling, very colorful, and they're going to have a Pride Seder on the very next night. It'll be followed then by a mostly musical Shabbat, and on June 7th, you are all welcome to come back here to the synagogue for the naming of my second granddaughter, Leora, which means my light, named Leora for my father, Larry, who was tragically killed 2.5 years ago. After that, Rabbi Gorbin has her students leading us in their adult bar and bat mitzvah ceremonies, and then the week after that is Women of Temple Sinai Shabbat. So much is going on. We start with tomorrow. And tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning, there's Torah study with Rabbi Gorbin, and our informal minyan is in the Barnett Chapel at 9:15. So much is going on. I do know that I'm going to lead our delegation for the Consultation on Conscience, the premier program of the Religious Action Center, our social justice house, as a reform movement in D.C. They usually, every 2 years, get 500 people. This year, they capped it at 1,000 because so many people want to be so involved, knowing that the issues are there and so much is at stake. And so this on Sunday afternoon, I will not be here when we welcome Hazamir for their fabulous concert. That's going to be at 3 o'clock, I think, in the afternoon. And so if you love great Jewish music, come back here for that time as well. There's some, yes? And the PIN banquet is that night. It's actually this coming Sunday night. PIN is Pennsylvania Interfaith Impact Network. And there's still time to sign up, and we always have 10 to 20 people there representing Temple Sinai. So all these things are going on. They're all in the weekly email we gave you. For those of you, did any of you get to see Yossi Klein Halevi this past week? Good? Good. Very, very good. Excellent. Good. So I'm going to invite you, as you will, to rise for... Oh, there's more? Oh, no, we have to count the Omer.
Yes.
You know about this, right? We count from the second night of Pesach to Shavuot, which is the revelation of the law. The Torah Shavuot is coming. And by the way, a community note, this coming Thursday, the 23rd, there's going to be a celebration community-wide for Lag BaOmer, the 33rd day of the counting of the Omer, which includes a great Israel Day celebration and a concert by David Broza, who is one of the most wonderful Israeli singers of the last 40 years. And he'll be giving a free concert, but you do have to sign up for it if you want to attend. So we have to say we're prepared. So we're going to do this in Hebrew and English. Hinani muchan u'mezuman l'kayem mitzvat aseh shel sfirat ha'omer. Look at the bottom. I am ready and called to observe the mitzvah of counting the Omer.
Now we say a blessing. Baruch
atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav
v'tzivanu al sfirat ha'omer.
Now, since I am mathematically challenged, you never want me in front of a balance sheet, ever. But I do know that Pesach was Friday night this year. So it's got to be like sevens. So this is 28. I can actually do this one, right? Next slide.
The next slide has the wrong number on it. So
it does. Well, we all have to go to Yom Kippur then. So,
yep. So Hayom Shmona V'Esrim Yom Shehem Arba Shavuot LaOmer. Today is the 28th day, which is 4 weeks of the Omer.
Beautiful. Thank you for reminding me. I would have skipped right by it. Please rise for Aleinu as you are able.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'tei kedula yotzer bereshit, shelo asa megoyei haratzot, velo samanu b'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chalkeinu kahem, v'goraleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim u'mishtachanim u'modim, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר ויה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא
We call to mind those who died at the season in years past and those who died in more recent days. It's our custom if you are saying Kaddish for somebody that is part of your life, we are going to ask you to rise so we can recognize you as a mourner. At the very end, we're going to rise with our mourners because we believe with all of our hearts that no mourner ever needs stand alone. I'm sorry? Okay. So this week, I'm sorry? You're going to have to say it yourself. Okay? So this week we especially, and by the way, this is poignant for me. I'm in the year of mourning for my mother. The Shloshim is over, but on this day, May 17th, both of my grandfathers died 15 years apart. So I'll be saying Kaddish. Fred Baumfeld, Harry Berenfield, Sidney Blitz, Edith Carter, Bonnie Sue Giffen Castiglione, Robert Dickens, Saul Gershuni, Sylvia Gerson, and I, Joseph Gibson. Herb Gluckman, Fanny Gottlieb, Natasha Granofsky, Millie Gusson, Jenny Jacobson, Leonard Kaplan, Herbert Kestenbaum, and Irving Levinson, Mary Levinson, Saul Lurie and Lottie Marcus, Evelyn Meyer, Michael Miller, and Hannah B. Mullins, Harry Podolsky, Helen Frace Polimas, Rachel Porter, Norman Rabner, Rose Goldberg Rice, Nat Reisberg and Jenny Rolbin, Rose Rudolph, Leonard Sablowski, Adolf Schwartz, Rita Tabor, and Deborah Suzanne Tannenbaum, Alan Tanzer, Bernard Whitkauer, Abe Zager, Esther Zolt, and Philip Zove. And now we remember those whose recent deaths.
Elaine Castile.
And Elaine Castile. And we remember those whose recent deaths we still mourn: Sandy Bart, Eleanor Kalig Kramer, Raymond Benenson, the father of Rabbi Barbara Simons, Kendrick Castillo, the student killed in Denver, Riley Howell and Ellis Parlier, the students killed in North Carolina, Maury Sable, Nancy Ruth Bett, Jerome Krasenstein, Billy Joe Jordan, Julian Samuel Ansel, and our hearts go out to the entire Tree of Life community on the death of Flora Birkin this week. Our hearts go out to Alvin and to Jonathan and his wife Lauren and the rest of their family. If there's anybody who is in the year of saying Kaddish for their parent, please rise now. Okay? And now we rise with our mourners so they can say their Kaddish and we respond as a community. Yid Gadal, Yid Kadash, Shmei Rabbah.
Amen.
V'yalmad yivrach yirateh v'yamlich malchuteh. V'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayeh dechol beit Yisrael. V'agalav izman kari v'yimru.
Amen.
Yehei Shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam olam me'al maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal Shmei deKudsha. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechmata. Damiran b'yalma v'yimru.
Amen.
Yehei Shlama Rabba min Shemaya. V'chaim aleina ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru.
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleina ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru.
Amen.
Amen. Be the source of peace in the high heavens. Cause peace to descend on all of us, all Israel, upon a shattered world in need of our help to repair its brokenness. Upon all of us here tonight who mourn our beloved dead. As together we say,
Amen.
Amen. This Adon Olam, it's a wonderful thing that in Israel, songs based on prayers make the hit charts. And this made it to number 5, just as you know. It goes like this. Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra, Le'et Nasa, B'chefsa Kol, Azai Melech, Shemo Nikra, V'acharei Kichlot HaKol, Levado Yimloch Torah, V'hu Haya, V'hu Hoveh, V'hu Yeh, B'tifara. Adon Olam Asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra le'et nasa v'chesa kol azay melech shemonik rabbi acharik ikot hakol levado yimnok nora vehu haya vehu ho vehu yeh betifara adon olam Hashem malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra le'et nasa v'chesa kol azay melech shemonik rabbi acharik ikot hakol levado yimnok nora vehu haya vehu ho betifara vehu haya vehu ho betifara biyado avkid ruchi be'etishan be'ayira be'uruchi geviati Adonai li Elohira Adonai Olam last time 1, 2, 3 Adonai Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yitzir Ve'ek Nasal V'chesa Kol Azay Melech Shemonik Ve'acharik Ikot Hakol Levado Yimnok Nara Ve'hu Haya Ve'hu Yeh Betifara Adonai Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yitzir Ve'ek Nasal V'chesa Kol Azay Melech Shemonik Ve'acharik Ikot Hakol Levado Yimnok Nara Ve'hu Haya Ve'hu Oveh Betifara Ve'hu Haya Ve'hu Oveh Betifara. Where's Rachel? Come on up. She gets the cookies every week. You know, it's now her due. There we go.
Bruchim atem b'voachem, bruchim atem b'tzeitchem me'at hava ad olam. Blessed are you as you come in, and blessed are you as you go on your way. And as you go on your way, I hope you open many doors to caring and helping others, especially with the mitzvah of tzedakah. As together we say, Amen. As we say what? Amen. Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Borei minei mizonot. Praised are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who creates all sorts of foods, including animal, cracker, cows?
I think it's a tiger.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat.